What's up, everybody? Welcome to Trend or Trap for Monday, June 8th. I'm Dan Karpuc here for TrendsCenter. We're going to go through some MLB trends. We're going to go through Spurs Knicks Game 3 and decide what's a trend and what's a trap. Starting with the Red Sox at the Rays. The Red Sox are 27-36 heading into Tampa Bay, who is 37-25. Connolly Early is going to be on the hill for Boston. He's 5-3 with a 3.26 ERA versus Ian Seymour, who's 3-0 with a 5.23 ERA. Per TrendsCenter, the Rays have gone 163-100. That's 61.86% or 98%, for 41.05 units of profit, 10.93% ROI against division opponents at the Trop over the last 8 seasons, including a 10-game winning streak. So is this a trend to tail with the Rays minus 105 on the money line, or a trap to fade and go with the Red Sox on the money line? I'm going to say this is a trap to fade. I'm going to go with Boston on the money line in this spot. Losers of 5 of their last 6 to the Tigers and the Marlins. The Rays have come back to earth a bit here and have even gone just 3-10 over their last 13. Ian Seymour is a below average MLB pitcher at this point in his career, and even though this Red Sox lineup hasn't been potent, I think that they have a pretty decent edge on the mound here with Connolly Early on the rubber. He threw 7 shutout innings against the Rays in a 2-0 win back in May and has a slightly better profile than Seymour at this point. Over their last 7 games, the Red Sox have gone 4-3 and are fighting to get back in the AL wild card situation. Give me Boston on the road as a lean in this spot. The Yankees at the Guardians. The Yankees are 38-26, and the Guardians are 37-30. Will Warren is going to toe the rubber for New York. He's 7-1 with a 3.22 ERA versus Gavin Williams, who is 9-3 with a 3.20 ERA. Per TrendsCenter, with Will Warren starting the season, the Yankees have gone 10-2 on the money line, 33.99% ROI. So he's been really exceeding here when he has gotten the opportunity. Is this a trend to tail with the Yankees minus 105 on the money line, or a trap to fade and go with the Guardians at minus 116? This is another trap, in my opinion. Just like the Yankees have gone 10-2 on the money line over Warren starts, the Guardians have gone 10-2 on the money line in Gavin Williams' last 12 starts, and now they get to face a Yankees lineup without Aaron Judge. With elite chase, whiff, and strikeout rates, Williams has a better profile overall than Warren, and I'm going to give the Guardians that edge at their home ballpark as well. I think that this Yankees lineup, without Aaron Judge, leaves a lot to be desired, even though they do have some big names in there. I do like the way that the Guardians have been playing recently, and I think that pitching edge actually might be in the Guardians' favor in this one, despite the awesome trend that I listed. So I'm going to say that is another trap. Heading into the Phillies at the Blue Jays. The Phillies are 35-30 and the Blue Jays are 32-34. Christopher Sanchez, 7-2 with a 1.46 ERA, is going to pitch for the Phillies, while Patrick Corbin, 2-2 with a 3.98 ERA, is going to pitch for the Blue Jays. Per TrendsCenter, with Sanchez starting since 8/28 of 2024, the Phillies have gone 38-15 on the money line. They've been pretty much automatic with him on the mound, and he's been exceptional this season. So is this a trend to tail with the Phillies juiced up on the money line at minus 182, or a trap to fade with the Jays at plus 150? I'm going to just tail this with the Phillies money line, even with the juice. I'll drink the juice on this one. First off, happy Patrick Corbin Day. Even though Corbin's been decent this year, we do have to mention the age-old tradition of fading Mr. Corbin. And while Sanchez's wild scoreless inning streak came to a close last time out, he's now allowed 1 earned run total in his last 6 starts, spanning 46 innings. He is an absolute beast out there. The Blue Jays are really impatient at the plate. I've watched quite a bit of their games over the last few weeks, and their approach up there is to attack early in the count. I think that's going to play right into Sanchez's strengths and allow him to be really efficient out there. I don't love the price, obviously. If you're parlaying things, then, consider this as one of those pieces or one of those legs. But Sanchez has been automatic this season, front runner to win the NL Cy Young Award, in my opinion, at this point in the year. And I just can't fade him. I can't say that this is a trap in any way. So I'm going to say that this is a trend to tail. Moving on to the Reds at the Padres. The Reds are 31-33, and the Padres are 33-31. Andrew Abbott, 4-3 with a 4.06 ERA, is going to pitch against Walker Buehler, who's 3-3 with a 4.53 ERA. And the TrendsCenter trend is all about Mr. Abbott, with Andrew Abbott starting as an underdog against opponents with win percentages over 50% over the last 2 seasons. The Reds have gone 19-7 on the money line with a 60.42% ROI. Is this a trend to tail with the Reds at plus 122 on the money line, or a trap to fade with the Padres at minus 144? I am absolutely saying that this is a trend to tail. The Padres are on my personal do not bet list after their performance last week and have been miserable against lefties this season. Abbott hasn't allowed over 3 earned runs in a start since April 24th, and the Padres have scored the second fewest runs per game at home this season, 3.37. That is atrocious. San Diego also has the 3rd lowest average, worst on-base percentage, 4th worst slugging percentage, and worst OPS against left-handed pitching this year. The Reds' offense has been hard to trust with Elly De La Cruz out, but I'm not going to discount how bad the Padres have been, and that trend that I mentioned, that 19-7 against underdogs with that record above 500 for Mr. Abbott. I'm going to say that I'm going to go with the underdog Reds in this spot at plus 122 as my favorite play of the entire slate. The Brewers at the Athletics. The Brewers are 40-23. The Athletics are 31-34. Kyle Harrison is going to be on the mound for Milwaukee. He's 7-1 with a 1.57 ERA. Jeffrey Springs, 3-6 with a 4.37 ERA, is going to pitch for the home team A's. Since April 25th, the Brewers have gone 7-0 on the money line. That's 67.17% ROI with Kyle Harrison starting. Is this a trend to tail with the Brewers minus 135 on the money line, or a trap to fade with the A's at plus 115? Now, if you're looking at the screen here, you might notice that the over-under is 10.5. And you might be confused. Well, I am here to fill you in that this game is going to be played in Las Vegas, where the A's AAA affiliate plays. Of course, their stadium, their MLB stadium, is a few years away from being completed, but they're playing this game at the AAA affiliate stadium, which has been known for producing a lot of runs. If you know that about that PCL, the Pacific Coast League, the ball flies out of those stadiums, and that's why that total is inflated. This would probably be 7.5, 8 runs if it was played in a normal stadium. But this is another one to tail here. Harrison hasn't allowed more than 2 earned runs in a game all season. He's been absolutely brilliant, rattling off dazzling performances over and over again. Keep in mind, that this game in Las Vegas is obviously probably going to produce a couple more runs than usual. However, Jeffrey Springs versus Milwaukee's offense is probably going to have a little bit more trouble than Harrison against this A's offense. Remember, the A's have to hit the ball, right, in order for the ball to fly out of the ballpark. Harrison has been elite at not only missing bats, but he's limited hard contact, limited barrels. He's been awesome. So I'm never going to fade him the way he has been pitching. Minus 135 is a very fair price, and I think that this is a trend to tail. Finally, the Spurs at the Knicks for Game 3 of the NBA Finals, the huge game that everyone's going to be watching. The Knicks, of course, lead the NBA Finals 2-0 heading into this one. And the trend, since going down 2-1 to the Hawks in the first round, the Knicks have rattled off 13 straight wins. This is a historic run. Is this a trend to tail with the Knicks minus 115 on the money line, or a trap to fade with the Spurs minus 105? I'm going to say that this is a trend to tail. I can't deny the Knicks what is inevitably it just looks like it's just inevitable that they're going to win this season. They're punch for punch. They're beating down Wemby. Wemby hasn't looked good at all in this series. Wemby can't handle the physicality. Cat has outplayed him. When New York's fans showed up like that in droves in San Antonio, just imagine what this Madison Square Garden crowd is going to look like, and the aftermath on the streets if they happen to win this game. It is going to be unbelievable. Wemby when we talk about NBA playoffs, we talk about coaching styles, changing up, different tactics, different schematic things. You can't teach what this Knicks team has done to this Spurs team so far in terms of physicality, grit, tenacity, what they're doing to Wemby. He looks completely flustered out there right now because he's not used to these big bodies thrashing against him. Karl Anthony Towns defensively has been amazing through the first 3 games. But guess what? When he doesn't have the ball in his hands, Wemby is still getting hit by guys like OG Anunoby, Josh Hart. They're not letting him operate with space whatsoever. They have a hand on his back. They're standing him up. They're making him uncomfortable. And as we've seen with this Spurs team, of course, they have guys like De'Aaron Fox who can step up. They have guys like Stephon Castle who can step up. He's looked really flustered in this series in terms of turnovers. They do have the names on paper. However, flowing through Wembanyama when Wembanyama isn't at his best has not worked through 2 games. And I think that this Spurs team, the way it's constructed, has to do that in order to get open looks for the other guys. And I just don't think that there can be adjustments made from the San Antonio coaching staff right now to basically say, okay, you're playing against grown men for the first time in these playoffs that are going to beat you up physically. So I'm going to give the Knicks the edge here in this spot, and I'm going to say that that is a trend to tail. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. What did I get right? What did I get wrong? And of course, we'll see it all play out on Monday night for TrendsCenter. I am Dan Karpuc here for Trender Trap. Make sure to like, subscribe, follow, do everything you can to get the word out there. I'm trying to grow this as much as humanly possible. And if it brings value to you, it'll hopefully bring value to your friends who bet, to your family who bets, and anybody who likes to tune in and just get some more insight and data for free. And also, speaking of free, you can go to TrendsCenter.com, TrendsCenterApp.com, I should say, or most importantly, you can go to the App Store or the Google Play Store. That's the most efficient way of doing this. And download the free TrendsCenter app, where you can either check out the free app. We have a bunch of free features in there, or most importantly, unlock all of our data right now for 50% off premium using code POD50. That is exclusive just to listeners and watchers of the show. POD50, 50% off your first month of that. And everything comes with a free 3-day trial. So say you sign up for that, don't like what you see for whatever reason, you can always cancel, no strings attached. But definitely check it out if you like what you see here, because I'm getting every single trend and system right from the app. And that's what you can do every single day with your own betting strategies. Have a great Monday, and I will catch you right back here for the next episode of Trender Trap.